All right, guys, thank you for joining me this morning. Appreciate it as always. And you know what sucks? Another thing sucks about getting old is my eyesight. It takes me forever for my eyes to like wake up. It's fucking bizarre, man. I'm like, I can't see a fucking thing. Mr. Landfill, thank you for the 5x5. Flown Maria, Eric, thank you for the 5x5. F you all, thank you for the 5x5. Master Blaster, thank you for the 5x5. Evolving Media, thank you for the 5x5. Appreciate it as always, guys. Kathy, thank you for the 5x5. It just blows, man. I can't fucking see. Like, I can see it. My eyes are starting to, come to, but why does it take so long? Fuck. Lori, let's go. Thank you for the 5x5. Nomad Tina, thank you for the 5x5. What's a stupid story, Flown Grown? Focus is challenging. Focus is challenging. It's not, Jesus, man. This is like, I'm not getting glasses. I said it takes time for my eyes to wake up. Not that they don't. It's always in the morning. And like, by probably, to be fair, I just got up. I got up at 9:30. I should have been up by like 7. But I got up at 9:30 and crammed all of this shit in. Put my glasses on before. Yeah, I'm not getting glasses. Listen, if I have to, like if I'm driving and I can't see the signs, I'll definitely get glasses. But until then, or I misread something and I do something wrong or bad, then. But up until that point, no thank you. Oh, Flown Grown, I'm going to read about the magma ball today. Yes. It does sound stupid, but I have been following this story about the magma blob that's been moving around underneath the earth for about a year or two now. So it's a fairly new story. They said that this thing has been going on. They're trying to make it sound like it's brand. One article is trying to make it sound like it's brand new, but it's not. It's been going on for quite some time. And they spotted it a couple years ago, and they spotted it a couple years ago, and they were a little shocked and baffled. To be fair, there has been a lot of things going on with the planet, space, and people that are baffling scientists. In fact, I found it interesting that this year alone, and actually last year and this year, they have found numerous new species of animals. And this year alone, I think they found that I saw, they found 3 new species of animals. Now, nothing crazy, but the new species of like lizards and insects that they're finding are pretty interesting. And though at first glance, when you look at some of these animals, you're like, what's so interesting about them? They talk about like their different characteristics, or they have a different feature or spot on them or something like that. So there's been a lot of that going on. But yeah, there's a lot that's baffling scientists all of a sudden. There is Blue Vandal. Is there a new killer whale? That would be cool. I'm gonna look it up right now. New killer whale. It's a new orca. What you're saying? There is a new species of animal in the water as well. That's oh, look at that. So they're saying that orcas also train themselves on how to drown. And a new killer whale species. This was last year. So I guess it's a new oh, look at that. Is that it? Bigs and residents. Their fins are bigger. No kidding. You could sort of see it in this picture here, the difference. Their fins look slightly bigger, and they are bigger fish. Not fish, mammals, excuse me. New killer whale species, no kidding. And their head shapes are a little more pointier. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Actually, reverse that. Their heads are more dome shaped. Excuse me. That's crazy. That's very interesting. All right. Thank you for that information. That's pretty cool. Flipper is smarter than whales. Royal Lioness said that she's the same problem with her eyes. Yeah, like I can see, I just, you know, there is a new species of lizard, not lizard people, but there's a new species of lizards out there as well, or a lizard that I just saw the other day. I just think that this is wrong. Excuse me. I just think this is interesting. We're in a time where new species are being found, and again, it's an abundance of them. It's not like one or two, like they found a new species of fish like 5 years ago. They're finding all these species now. So I just think that's interesting. Leviathan is still there. I hate when I miss out on the chat. Flaming hot magma. All right, so anyway, let's get on with the news that most people don't talk about today. So this article is fairly old, but it just came across my radar just the other day, if you will. Forgive me if I, again, can't fucking see worth a damn. All right, so this is a billboard that sparked a lot of interest. I sort of touched on it in one of my videos about probably a few months ago, but so anyway, this is Stop Hiring Humans. This is a viral AI billboard campaign that sparked outrage in New York City. This same campaign was also seen in San Francisco, but I don't think there was much of a fallout there. But if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere as long as you're not human. Dystopian billboard has popped up across Manhattan, urging businesses to stop hiring human, and some people are vowing to fight the rise of AI or machines. Rip them down, raged one observer on a Reddit post showing one of the billboards in Times Square. Vandalizing has never felt so right, wrote another Reddit poster. Now, these are the posters that they're talking about. Sorry, I should have had this ready to rock and roll, but I didn't because my eyes, no. There's a tropical depression developing out in the Atlantic Ocean, for those that are interested. I think this year, or not this year, I think in the next couple of years, guys, we're going to see a really bad hurricane that actually hits the East Coast, excuse me. Now, this is the first billboard that popped up. This one, I think, was in San Francisco. So this is where it says, stop hiring human, hire Ava. The AI BRD. I don't know what BRD is. But this company called Artisan, they've been making a lot of moves by way of having companies hire AI. And supposedly, they have, what is that called? Receptionist? So this would be a receptionist, if that makes sense. And they're saying that, and we'll get in it in the article in a little bit, but pretty much what they're saying is that we do believe in hiring humans. We just want humans to do work that humans are meant to do. So's being a receptionist, dickhead. Whatever. I thought that was interesting. But anyway, that's one AI personality. I don't know if that even makes sense. But it's called Ava. Right, on Instagram, one user, this ad I saw in New York hit me like a truck. The entire industry had been reshaped. We can resist it, fear it, or face it head on. I think we should just rip these fucking signs down. I mean, all of them down, attack the company from every angle we possibly can. That's my 2 cents, but whatever. What do I know? So anyway, the resistance can breathe easy. The posters are part of a viral stunt from Artisan AI, a San Francisco-based startup that sells virtual employees such as Ava. You're probably pretty sure you can name them whatever you want. Meet Ava, your new AI sales representative. Artisans want companies to interview its digital workers like this one who currently smiles from bus stops across Midtown. The campaign launched in California last year, hit the Big Apple last month, according to co-founder and CEO Jasper Carmichael Jack. Carmichael Jack's his last name. I hate when people hyphenate last names. It's so asinine. Who told the Post the company spent less than $50,000 on placement across Manhattan, including Times Square and along the High Line. But the real gold wasn't visibility, it's virility. The biggest play, the campaign, is not actually the people who see it from the streets, Carmichael said. It's when people take pictures and repost it and share it, that's when we go viral. So, what I'm doing here, I guess, is part of his campaign, which is spreading the word. Because obviously this is making its round. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube channels are talking about it. But again, it could backfire on him or it could be a good thing. Now, a lot of companies, guys, are moving ahead with this. A lot of companies are hiring virtual assistants, they call them. But they're not assistants, they're replacements for humans. Anyway, in a nutshell, guys, at the end he goes, we believe in hiring humans. Just hire them for work that humans actually want to do. What the fuck does that mean? Like, what does that even mean? He's like, yes, we want you to hire humans, but hire humans that want to do the work. That if you keep replacing humans, you keep making it easier for companies to save money. Because this is what it's about. It's about saving money. It's not so much about lack of error or having humans, create less, or having something create less error. It's about saving money. That's all they want to do. They can give two shits about anything else. They don't care about the error. They don't care that we take the lunch break or we're sick. They care about saving money. For the average person at a business, I think it runs a company like $200,000, right? And that's including vacation, medicals, incidences, whether they get hurt or not, days off. All of that's calculated into that. And you figure $200,000 per person, right? Because it's about 70 to 80 grand, maybe 90 grand to pay that person, 100 on the high end, and then there's probably maybe not 100 grand extra, maybe 50 grand extra of other things like medical, vacations, and things of that nature. So now you have that added to it. You take that and you times it by how many employees you have. Let's say you have 100,000 employees, right? So you figure 150,000 to 200,000 times 100,000 employees. That's the money you're going to save. And now that money, you can take it and put it in where? The CEO's pockets or the shareholders' pockets, right? So that's how they're looking at it, and they're looking at it saving money. They're not looking at it from any other angle. They will lie to you and be like, well, this will also free up humans to do more things at work and focus on tasks that need to be focused on. It always starts with that bullshit. It always starts with let's focus the humans on a task. Let's focus the human on a task that needs a human attention and get them away from the mundane work that AI can handle. 2 years down the line or a year down the line, well, now AI can handle that work too. And now you're out of a job. It's always an angle, man. Always an angle. Anyway, with that being said, Flown Grown, we are now talking about Manolo. Do you ever, like, you make all my live streams and I appreciate it, but like everything you say on here is like the world's supposed to end 5 times over with you. You're like a little Canadian prepper. Like everything is 6,000 years of evil. It's going to end this way. It's going to end next year, 5 years. We don't have a year left, 6 months to go. We're still here, dude. We're still fucking here. Anyway, but thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. All right. So, oh, okay. Anyway, massive, mysterious, hot blob beneath eastern U.S. is moving towards New York, puzzling scientists. UK scientists have discovered a massive blob of rock underneath the Appalachian Mountains that is slowly oozing its way towards New York City, per a slimy new study. I don't know why they do that. They try to be a pun on words, and whatever. It's not cute. It's fucking not cute when reporters do that. The pun on word shit, it really isn't a cute thing. But anyway, this thermal upwelling has long been a puzzling feature of North American geology. The study's lead author, Tom Guerin, professor of earth science at the University of Southampton. Officials dubbed the Northern Appalachian Anomaly, NAA. This subterranean slime ball sits 125 feet deep underground and extends 220 miles across the New England area. The team reportedly discovered it using seismic tomographs, a method akin to taking a giant CAT scan of the Earth. Okay, it's not topograph, it's tomograph. While originally thought to have formed 180 million years ago when North America broke away from Africa, the new research suggests that it appears 80 million years ago when the precursor landmass to Canada and Greenland were splitting apart. No shit. Okay. It lies beneath, and keep in mind, guys, 125 feet deep underground is not fucking deep. In the grand scheme of planet Earth and things being underneath us, 125 feet is not deep at all. 125 feet is roughly 20 stories, right? If I'm not mistaken. 12 stories. 12 stories deep. Because you figure each story is about 10 feet deep, so I would say about 12 stories deep. So that's half the height of this building. That's not deep at all. So keep that in mind. By using a combination of direct geological observations, computer simulations, model plate tectonics, and geodynamic, the team was able to replicate the formation of the hot blob 1,100 miles northeast of the Appalachian Mountain. Okay. They found that the primordial ooze was moving southeast at a clip of 12 miles every million years. I don't even know why they're reporting it. Fortunately, we don't have to prepare for the blobocalypse anytime. I hate when they do shit like that. At this rate, researchers estimate the blobzilla, again, will reach New York City in 10 to 15 million years. Like a very slow-moving B-movie monster, it takes a while for underground movement to take a splash in the Big Apple. I don't know why they did that. But anyway, so now keep this in mind. Suddenly, they discovered this blob, and New Jersey has had more earthquakes in the last 2 years than it has in the last 40-something years that I've been alive. Just keep that in mind, that they discovered this blob. Now New Jersey is having, and Virginia are having tectonic plate movements more frequently than they have in the past. Just pick it up, just pointing that out. So anyway, there's no rush on this. It's moving at a snail's pace, as they say. All right. So something interesting happened in the mayoral race, guys. Well, I think Memdani, right, Zohan Memdani, might win the election, considering this guy secured 67% of the Jewish voters between the ages of 18 and 44. Now, keep in mind, these are not Hasidic Jews. These are, like regular Jews. Jews that like to party and drink. The more normal or regular Jews, if you will. So polling data indicates that Zohran Mamdani, the Democratic nominee for New York City mayor, has gained 67% support among Jewish voters between the ages of 18 and 44. A July 2025 poll by Zenith Researchers and Public Progress Solution found that Mamdani led former Andrew Cuomo by 17 points among Jewish voters overall, with 43% saying that they would vote for Mamdani compared to Cuomo's 26%. Among Jewish voters aged 18 to 44, Mamdani's support jumped to 67%, while Cuomo received only 9% support in this demographic. This suggests a significant generational divide voting preferences within the Jewish community in New York City. Again, it looks like he might be winning this race. He is doing fairly well. They did say his numbers did drop from when he initially jumped on scene. There are more people that are going to turn out for this year's votes. So we have to see what it looks like, but it looks like he might win. And if he does, yeah, well, New York City's fucking toast. Now, again, Eric Adams did call out Memdani for not turning out to the police officer's funeral. And interestingly enough, that was the right move. But I think all politicians should turn out for a police officer's funeral. This guy didn't. And that shows you what he thinks of New York City police officers. When you do not show up for a police officer's funeral, that is a bad to do. That is a big to do. Doesn't matter where you stand on police officers. You're the mayor of New York City, or you're trying to represent New York City. You should show up at every cop's funeral. The fact that he doesn't is a red flag. And obviously, the police officers union should not be backing this man. The FDNY hasn't picked who they're going to back. I tell you this much. If the FDNY union supports Memdani, I will be the first one at the union meeting fucking picking a fight with every last guy on that stage. And when I mean picking a fight, I mean it's going to be fucking on. Because the fact that they're not supporting anyone yet, and I know what they're trying to do, they're trying to secure their spot and make sure that they back the right candidate. Fuck that shit. You back Memdani, the fucking union's going to have a problem with a lot of us. There are a lot of firefighters who are not going to stand for it. And it's going to be fucking on. I promise you it'll be on if they fucking pick this guy over. And listen, I am not a fan of Cuomo or Adams, but you got to go with somebody who's not going to destroy the city and make our jobs a hell of a lot tougher, right? So that being said, if they do, forget it. You're going to see a whole fucking different side of a lot of guys. There are a lot of firemen who are just not going to stand for this shit, and I'm one of them. And I don't even go. I don't even go to union meetings like that much. I mean, I've gone to them here and there to see what's being said. But they picked Memdani. Yo, the first fucking meeting is on. Boy, this coffee is really good today. Man. Maria Jackson, thank you for the 5x5 on Rumble. Appreciate it. I know I'm like a whole 20 minutes in and ready to go off the air in a couple minutes. But yeah, listen, guys, it's if he wins, we're fucked. And he was talking about like defunding certain police forces and all this other bullshit. I know that Kathy Hochul stepped in and told him that he couldn't do it even if he won. So Kathy Hochul, who again I'm not a fan of because she's a fucking moron, but I think she's going to be fighting with him every step of the way. But it's definitely not looking good. That's for fucking sure. And this is the one mayor that's scaring a lot of people. I mean, city workers are like a little nervous right now, because we don't know what to expect. And the fact that he doesn't like NYPD, and listen, look, you don't like cops. I get it. I understand it. Cops can be assholes. I do understand that. I have my bone to pick with a lot of police officers, but I try not to lump a lot of them together. Though you want to strangle a lot of them, you do. But the problem is the media only shows us what the asshole cops do and not what good cops do. And that's where the problem is. And that's the media's problem. The media problem will never... The media will never show you a lot of the shit, the good things cops do, or good cops for that matter. But anyway, if you don't like cops, I get it. I understand. But when you're representing the city of New York and a cop gets shot, the first thing out of your mouth is to your condolences to the family, and then start to make your rounds with people you have to make. And do it off camera if you have to. But not showing up to a cop's funeral knowing it's going to be televised, that's bad. And Memdani has to be dealt with accordingly. I think, on a personal level, I think he has to be dealt with accordingly. None of this kumbaya shit, none of this writing him out of office. He has to be dealt with accordingly. Anyway, It's just enough already with the bullshit and people like Memdani. And the problem is, what's his name? Soros is backing Memdani. Soros is throwing a lot of money in his direction. I mean, listen, it didn't take a rocket science to figure out that Soros was backing him. It really didn't. We knew just by the agenda that Memdani was spreading here in New York. I'm like, sounds like something George Soros would back. And lo and behold, who's backing him? George Soros. So, again, guys, this isn't looking good. But the problem is, Memdani is a Trojan horse. He's going to get into office, and then all of a sudden, he's going to start backing a lot of Muslim-made moves here in the United States. And a lot of people, not a lot, but some people will argue with me that, listen, siding with any one side, whether that's Jewish, Muslims, or just Christians, is a bad idea. But Memdani has an ulterior motive, and I think that's for the Muslim population to take over New York City, like we saw happening in Dearborn, like we see happening in Philly. New York City's next. Bad enough, they fly 2 planes into the building. 2 buildings come down, and what did they erect up at the Trade Center area? A new mosque. And every time during the Crusades, the Muslims conquered some shit, what did they erect? A new mosque. You look up your history lesson, you see that this was a thing. Now, to be fair, Christians did the same thing when they conquered an area. They put up churches in the area. We did the same thing, right? We're no different. But when you conquer an area and you put up a new mosque, that is a fuck you in the face of people who died there. And the fact that the city allowed it to be built was even a bigger fuck you. But anyway, with that being said, I am going to go off the air in about a couple minutes. What do I have? A minute and a half left. Tomorrow, I will have a double header. Friday, Saturday, I am at a funeral. A lieutenant of mine who trained me as a fireman passed away 2 days ago. Sort of sucked. Sort of sucked the way he went out, too. But nonetheless, that's what I'll be busy with for the next couple of days. Good man, too, man. Good man. And just the way he went out sucked. Shouldn't have gone out that way. But for a lot of the shit I learned as a fireman, it was because of him. So I do thank him for that. I mean, I've gone to a couple fires with him, man, where you followed his lead. He went in the fire, and he went in with no fucking, no fear. You just fed off of him. And you just looked at him and you were like, all right, this shit's not that bad. Even when it was bad, he didn't budge. Even when it was bad. And I gone to a couple where I looked at him and his reaction was just like, and that's what I did. And that's where I learned how to not fucking flip out in fires, was following firefighters like him. You work with a lot of guys, man. A lot of guys, they didn't budge in the face of fear. They just looked at it. And that's where I learned it from. And only then, when shit went sideways, is when and even then you don't panic. You just keep going, right? So anyway, guys, other than that, I will see a lot of you guys tomorrow for the doubleheader. And if any crazy shit happens over the weekend, I'll do a live stream. I am going to try to do a live stream, a walkabout in the city. I'm going to do it maybe next week, like Monday or Wednesday. I got to show you guys the shit that's going on out here, because it's getting worse, like way worse. So a city walkabout is going to happen next week. Again, it's probably going to be in the middle of the day so you guys can see everything that's going on. Other than that, guys, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the doubleheader.